All right, for 7.2, we're going to be looking at box and whisker plots. So most of chapter 7 is about data, how to interpret data, how to represent data. And so a box and whisker plot is just another way to represent or to demonstrate the data that you have. And so we have some vocabulary. The first one is actually just box and whisker plot. So we'll write that down. And a box and whisker plot uses a number line to show the distribution of a set of data. So it uses a number line. Okay. And to make a box and whisker plot, first you have to divide the data into 4 parts using quartiles. So quartile is going to be 4 because the base word quart is like in quarter, and it means 4. So the 4 parts are the median, which is the middle quartile, divides the data into a lower half and an upper half. The median of the lower half is the lower quartile. The median of the upper half is the upper quartile. Okay, so let's look at example 1 to see what that looks like or what all of those things mean. So the first set of numbers we have is 26, 17, 21, 23, 19, 28, 17, 20, and 29. So the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to put these in order. I feel like I have more numbers than I'm supposed to. No? I do. 29, 20, 27, 17, 28, 19, 23, 21, 17, 26. Okay. Nope, I have the right number. Okay, so first we're going to order them from least to greatest. So 17 is our smallest. So we're going to do 17, 17, 19. Then we have a 20, a 21, a 23, a 26, a 28, and a 29. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is find our median. And the median is the middle number. So we have an odd set of numbers. So we have 9 numbers, so we're going to have 4 on each side of the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our median. Then we are going to find our lower quartile. So our lower quartile is the median, remember, of the upper and the lower quartile. So median, and if it's an even number, you take those 2 numbers, add them together, divide it by 2, so you find the average, and that average is going to be 18. And on this side, that's going to be 27. And then we draw the number line. So now we're going to draw a number line. Okay, so And our lowest number is 17, so let's start here with 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to plot the 5 dots. So we'll start with our median, which is at 21. We'll go this direction. We have our lower quartile, which is 18. We have this 17 as our end here. It's our least value. And then on this end, 27 is our upper quartile, and 29 is our higher end, or greater value. So you draw those lines, and then this is where the box and whisker part come in. You draw a box between your upper quartile and your lower quartile. You draw a line where your median is, and then you draw whiskers out, like that. This is your box, these are your whiskers. Okay? Now, this is just to kind of show or represent on a number line the distribution of the data. Okay? So you can tell that you've got kind of a smaller box here and a bigger box here, meaning that we've got more numbers in here, higher numbers in here, lower numbers over there. All right, moving on into the book, it says the interquartile range of a data set is the difference between the lower and upper quartile. It tells how large the spread of data around the median is. You can use a box and whisker plot to analyze how data in a set are distributed. You can also use box and whisker plots to help you compare 2 sets of data. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare 2 sets of data. So let's draw the 2 box and whisker plots that we have. So to draw these, this is fairly easy. If you have any questions on how to draw it, stop your video and we can discuss it. Okay, but you find your median, lower quartile, upper quartile, your low range, your high range. Your quartiles and your median make the box. Your low range and high range make the whiskers. Okay? So, the next thing we're going to do is compare 2 box and whisker plots. So, we've got a number line, and we're counting by 20s. So, there's 20, 30, 40, 50. I think I made my lines too big. Oh well. 60, 70, and 80. Okay, and our upper box, or our upper, this blue one that's up on the top, actually let's do the red one first, it's easier to start there. So it looks like we have a dot a little to the left of 50, or a little to the right, I mean, and then 1 a little to the left, and then 65 over here, and this is our box, and then our whiskers, it looks like this one comes out to 40, and the next one goes out to just before 75. Okay, and then our upper box, we have our median kind of close to 55. Our upper quartile looks like it's just below 60. Our lower quartile somewhere after 30, and that's our box. Very good box. And then this whisker is there to 25, and this other whisker looks like it's out almost to 80. Okay, so now they want us to compare these 2 whisker boxes. So it says, which fishing charter has a greater median? So the median is this line. Well, this one has the greater median. Okay. That one is about 54, and that one is about 51. And then it says, which fishing charter has a greater interquartile range? So remember, the interquartile range is the range between this and this. Nope, I lied. It's the range between this and this. I'm sorry, that was the wrong thing. Your interquartile range is between your lower quartile and your upper quartile. And it says the length of the box. So the length of this box is your interquartile range. So which one has the greater one? Well, this looks like we have a much longer box. And then it says, which fishing charter appears to be more predictable in the number of fish that might be caught on a fishing trip? So the range and interquartile range are smaller for mud puppy charters. That's this one. Which means there is less variation in the data. So this one is more predictable because everything is smaller and closer together. See how spread out this is? That's going to be less predictable because you got a much larger range of area or larger range of numbers or data. So that means it's not as predictable. This one is more predictable. Okay, so this is a little bit more of an abstract thinking. So if you have any questions, feel free to stop and ask before you get started on your homework, or ask while you're doing your homework. But what you are going to be doing is drawing box and whisker plots. You will be drawing these, so you'll need to make sure you're using good, clear handwriting so you're not getting these wrong. And then answering questions about other box and whisker plots. So if you have any questions, now's the time to ask. Otherwise, get started on your homework.